Good morning, February 1st. There. Anyway, I talked a little bit about essential oils yesterday because I was talking about my knee and what I did. And I just thought I would share a little more because essential oils are things we should really be careful with. They're very strong and concentrate. Okay, they're very strong. Anyway, we need to, I've been taught when we use them to dilute them. And I was taking an herb class and they were talking about olive oil. And before, as a carrier oil, before I'd always used jojoba, almond oil, apricot, different ones. But they talked about how skin easy olive oil was good. And it's a lot cheaper than those others, so I've just switched to olive oil. I make sure it's a good, really good brand that I trust and that it's organic. And so that's what I get. And then the other thing, well, I'll go ahead. I have a chart that tells how on dilution. And I'm going to start with a teaspoon of this olive oil, and okay, and there it is. And I brought 3 different sizes of essential oils, and I've got a big one of lavender because that is the most common essential oil that we use, the most common one used. And on my chart here, for 1 teaspoon, you can dilute it at a 2%, that's 2 drops, 7% would be 7 drops, 10% is 10 drops, and 15%, 15 drops. So it just follows up. Then if you were going to put a tablespoon of oil or carrier oil, for the 2% is 6 drops, 7% is 20 drops, 10% is 30 drops, and 15% would be half a teaspoon. And that's quite a bit. This teaspoon will do quite a bit. So I'm just going to do a teaspoon today of the carrier oil, and most of the essential oil size that I buy are this, this size. They've got some small printing on here that says how the size, and then sometimes I buy one that's very expensive, and they're the little sizes. So today I'm going to put 2 drops of my very expensive, and believe it or not, it's Rose. I saved up enough money and bought myself some Rose essential oil. And I think it's going to come out of here. I hate to hit it because there, it's going to come. And we have 1, 2. Oh, it smells like a rose. And, oh, that smells good. I am going to add lavender to it, and I want to make it a strong one, so I'm putting 15% will be in my carrier oil of essential oils, and it comes out pretty fast, so it's hard to count. If I put 13, that would be the 15 drops, but I think unless it comes out slow enough, it's hard for me to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to end at 12 just in case one snuck out that I wasn't counting. There. Okay. And that, I'm going to mix it around. And this, tonight, believe it or not, I'm going to put on sort of like, before I go to bed, and it'll help me sleep. It's for insomnia. And I don't know if any of you at my age have insomnia, but sometimes I do. And so I found out this really helps. And actually, I hate to tell you where I put it, but on the soles of my feet, because that's where it works the best. But because it has rose in it, I'm going to put it some other places too. Oh, it smells good. And before I do anything else, I want to show you a book that I really have enjoyed and recommend. It's the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Essential Oils, and it's by Julia Lawless. And you want to get an older copy, because the older copies are much more colorful and illustrated as the new edition of it is. So if you can find an older copy of this, it's really a nice book. Now, one thing about essential oils, they'll last 5 to 10 years, especially, and some of them even get better as they age. And they'll last better if they're kept in a dark place. And so I have a nice little, what I have that I keep them in actually is my grandmother's old medicine cabinet. They were going to throw it away, and I asked if I could have it. And it's got to be very, very old, but I keep it in that. And so, oh, this smells nice. So if you do essential oils, be really careful with them. Remember, they're very strong. And actually, I've been taught not to use them neat, which is neat means using them straight. At first, I was taught that you could use lavender neat and ylang ylang, but later I was told not to do either one of them. Well, recently I have read some things where they have used some neat, but make sure that you're reading or listening to a really educated person on them, because they can be overwhelming and they could be not good. And especially, remember, on little children, we're bigger, we can handle bigger amounts, but the little child can't. And also, be sure around your pets, because some of them aren't good for pets to have. So that's my word on essential oils, and I really do like them. And I've been using them for the last umpteen years. Oh, I was probably in my 50s when I discovered them, so for the last 30 years, I've had a thing for essential oils. So have a good day. Anyway, this is one of the ways I survived the 80s. So have a good day.